All right, I'm with Ryan, who's come up all the way from Melbourne for Pitch Black. And Ryan, it's not your first Pitch Black, is it?
No, it's not. I was lucky enough to come up in 2018 for the first time and knew that I had to come back again. And I was here in 2022 and now I'm back again in 2024 and loving it.
Now, I wasn't going to describe you as an aeroplane nerd, but you jumped right in, so thanks very much for that. And here we are in front of, well, I believe this is one of your favourite aircraft. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I always loved the Australian Classic Hornet, the F-18. When they retired in 2021, it was a little bit sad. So to see one back in Australian skies flying again, it's a real privilege and it's a really exciting few weeks for us.
You realise this aeroplane is older than you, don't you?
I think that's what makes it so interesting. The fact that it's still humming along so well, it still participates fully in exercises against the 5th generation aircraft. Yeah, it's really exciting to see it again.
Well, there's hope for oldies like me too. All right, give us a couple of fun facts about the Classic Hornet.
A couple of fun facts about the Classic Hornet. Australia used to operate the single seat and the dual seat variants. We see here behind us the dual seat variant, or the tub as we used to call them as aeroplane nerds back in the day. They're still operated by Malaysia, Canada and numerous other countries out in Europe. So I think that's a real testament to just how successful they are and how effective and how efficient they are. So we see here we have the Royal Malaysian Air Force FA-18 Classic or Legacy Hornet. As I said, currently operated by the Malaysians. It's down here at Pitch Black for the second time. They were here in 2018, again with their Classic Hornets. We see the 25th anniversary paint scheme here for the squadron. Back in 2018 they were here and they had their 20th scheme on the exact same jet, so it's really exciting to see that back here again. Plenty of external hardware going on down on the Classic Hornet at the moment. We see the external fuel tanks here on the jet, just gives it extra range, which really helps to get out further down into the airspace for the exercise. The jet's actually nicknamed Pikachu, and I probably don't have to explain why it's called Pikachu. It's got that striking yellow scheme and I think it just looks awesome.
I'm with Damien, who's come all the way from Brisbane. Damien, is this your first Pitch Black?
First Pitch Black, yeah, that's right. Very excited.
How are you finding it?
Awesome, yeah, more than what I expected. So yeah, really cool. And Darwin's a really nice area as well, so two birds with one stone. On
the scale of aeroplane nerdism, where would you put yourself?
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10, okay.
Pretty big nerd, yeah.
So have you got a favourite aircraft here?
Look,
pick anyone.
Pick one, anyone. Probably the SU-30 standing behind me is one of my favourites. The F-15, the Super Hornets, the F-35s, they're all pretty cool.
So this is an Indian Air Force Sukhoi. What can you tell us about it?
Not a great bunch. It's got some nice shapes, some nice lines. I like that it's got the little canards on the front.
I like that too.
Got the thrust vectoring. Very maneuverable.
What was that?
I think it's got thrust vectoring. I'm not an expert, but I think the tail exhaust can move and help the jet sort of turn tighter, things like that.
There you go. Speaking to Jazz from One Squadron. With Jazz, your Super Hornet mount is behind you.
That is correct. That is correct. Our mighty steed.
Jazz, what's it like seeing the enthusiasm of the public coming out on these open days and talking to people like yourself?
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. We get all sorts of people from all walks of life. Just before I was talking to a young man who was asking me about how he can get in one of these and fly a fighter jet. So it's really humbling to see how excited everyone is to see our jets and learn more about how they can do what we do day to day.
It must be great speaking to aviators from around the world, sort of people who do similar things from what you do, from different countries and different cultures.
Oh, it's incredible. You know, we all come from different cultures, different nations, and we come together to have these huge war games, and we're all operating safely, efficiently, and being able to come together and achieve our mission objectives. It's fantastic.
Give us one or maybe two cool, fun facts about the Super Hornet.
Well, the Super Hornet can fly so high that we can start to see the curvature of the Earth. And the other cool fact is that we get to fly as a team. We've got a buddy in the cockpit, so if we ever get bored, we can tell jokes.
There you go, jokes at 50,000 feet. What's the aircraft that's really exciting you that's here today at the Pitch Black Open Day?
Well, I am biased, of course, so all of our jets, any Australian jet, but I am really loving the Korean jets just behind us here. Pretty cool, capable aircraft. I haven't flown with them yet, but I'm hoping to get a flight with them next week.
Have you met some of the Korean aviators?
Yeah, we've been able to get out and mingle with all of our international partners and friends. It's been great. We're all staying in the same accommodation, so after work we can catch up and have a drink, have dinner. It's been great.
I'm with Sarah and Felino. Hello, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Now, you're locals, aren't you?
Yes, yes, we are. That's why we were able to come and see this most of the time. It is really great.
How many open days have you been to?
Oh,
Too many to number, actually.
yeah.
We lived down in Howard Springs for about 40 odd years and right under the flight path.
Oh,
And
So
moved
we
into town,
used to go and see
You
them.
get a wonderful bird's
Oh,
view.
We did. We did.
Yeah.
So,
I reckon it's one of the best things of living in Darwin has been in the military town and seeing all this stuff and having been sort of involved with it and
And so
watching
many
it.
countries here.
I know.
oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's really great.
I think it was cut down last year, but last time, wasn't it, with the number that weren't able to turn up.
And this
Yeah.
one's the biggest one ever.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
it going, keep it going. The more the merrier.
Is there a
Yeah.
favourite aeroplane that you've come to see?
Oh,
I don't know. I just love anything that goes fast. I'm a bit of a terror ahead.
Hello, Glenn.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not too bad. Now, where have you come from?
Palmerston.
Oh, okay. So
local.
You're another local.
Yeah.
How many pitch blacks have you attended?
Everyone since it started.
That's 1983.
That's correct. I've been here since 1980.
That is very, very
Yes.
impressive.
And the countries just keep on getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and the engagement, and it's just awesome.
It's a kind of a festival atmosphere almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, you're accompanied by a very special friend today.
I am.
Tell us about who your date is.
My date is Penny. Penny's an assistance dog from youngdiggers.com.au. Young Diggers look after defence and first responders with PTSD and emotional support.
Glenn, you have chosen this bizarre looking contraption behind us to talk about. Tell us what it is.
It's a V22 Osprey. It's got a capacity of 24 passengers plus the pilot and the co-pilot. And it is the most beautiful sounding plane that's up in the sky. You can hear it from miles and miles and miles and miles.
Well, ask an idiot like me. Is it a helicopter? Is it an aeroplane? What the hell is it?
Well, it's classified as a helicopter, but because it actually doesn't have wings on it, right? But it's got portions of wings so the airflow can help, and it also, for the control surfaces, it's got the two little rudders and ailerons on the side, so that helps control that. But yeah, each engine controls the direction and where it's going and up and down, it's an awesome mechanics, and considering the age.
How old are they?
I think they started design in the 60s. And it wasn't until the 80s or something like that they started actually, getting them up and out there.
And what's its purpose?
Well, it's multifunction. It's got troops. It can take cargo. It can do emergency work. Lift evac. But its main one is to drop the troops off in a small landing zone and hop and go.